affairs at your fingertips. Listen to international analysts from world-class think tanks.
All right, so very wonderful. Good morning to you, beautiful listeners of Badegi Radio 90.1 FM, the People Station. It's another brand new week, yes, a brand new Monday to be precise. Yes, still that one for that matter. And I hope you are also up with the ginger this morning because, you know, we be hope and believe that the week would be a very prosperous one for us by the special grace of God, inshallah. And my name is Sani Abdallah, and I am already in the studio to, you know, ride you on that program, the Global Review and Issues in the News this morning. I have IG in the studio with me and Mr. Apaya also in the studio this morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning this morning, gentlemen.
Very wonderful weekend, and it's been good. You know, always here. Thank you for staying tuned.
All right. Well, Mr. Apaya, good morning this morning.
Yes, good morning, Ebile. Good morning, Gemba. Good morning to all the listeners out there. Believing that you have had a very bright and promising weekend. Today is Monday, and we are here to do what we know you're doing best.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in. All right, the listeners, once again, welcome to that program, the Global Review, and this is in the news, where we go around all the trending topics in and around the world to analyze and dissect issues as they come. So, gentlemen, this morning we have a whole lot on the table, but I think let's start from the PDD opposition summit. Is it a summit or a convention? I would say.
Yes,
summit. They call it summit.
They call it summit.
It was a summit, yes.
But it's still coalition.
It's still a coalition.
Because you can see some of the political parties. You know, it is a summit of leaders from different political parties. Because you can't say it's a whole party, because you're already having some faction of the party coming to, you know, dissociated themselves from that summit. But it would be better when you said coalition or summit of leaders from different political parties. But what they are saying now is that they want to unite and bring a consensus candidate that will face the APC. But if you look at from where the argument is coming from, both sides, from the UK side of the PDP, from the Nanadu side of the Labour Party, from Accord, from all other parties who are actually there, and the PDP, you have to like it. So if you look at it, you know, everybody is on his own, but at the end of the day, Nigeria will be the ultimate judge.
Yes.
Yes.
So now looking at Sheyi Makinde's role in all of this, and again, some people are of the opinion that Atiku might be the consensus candidate at the end of the day. What do you think about that?
You know, it's I think it's still open, because we also have individuals who are very, very strong and confident that they are going to give Atiku Abubakar a run for his money. Everybody knows that it's a very big giant among them. But there are people like Obi. Obi will definitely give him a run for his money. And then if you look at Kwankwaso, Kwankwaso will also try to an extent. But at the end of the day, you're going to have, Mr. Obi as being someone who is a very strong force in this coalition. And, having Makinde, or, hosting this big event. I think it's kudos to him for standing his ground, despite all intimidation and threats and all sort of things thrown at him, coercion and the rest, and he still stand his ground. I think he's one of the best governors now that refuses, to be intimidated by the government and by the ruling party. I think that's one takeaway there. It has never happened where you see all opposition parties coming together to say they want to, especially from south west. We can't even have that in the north.
No, I think it is history that is about to repeat itself.
Yes.
It has happened in 2014, 2015. The same thing that brought the APC is what is, of course, is about to remove it from power.
Yeah. So if you look at, for me, if you look at it, it's going to be a very tough one. But we keep our fingers crossed. Let's see how they are going to go. Although some of these parties can't even bring out a candidate.
But
they don't even have the power to bring out
they are saying
a
now.
candidate.
What they are saying now. All the faction of the PDP, the faction of Labour Party, the faction of APP, Accord, and all other parties leaders who actually joined the summit yesterday. We have different factions coming to grant different press statements saying that they are going to fill individual candidates. And they say united we stand, divided we fall. And that was exactly what gave APC victory. So that from the message that is coming out, everybody should know this position.
Mr. Fa, you definitely know that PDP cannot bring out any viable candidates out of this for 2027 election. PDP, Labour. I think the only candidate that we think will, I don't know, maybe in the near future, we're going to see a breakaway from ADC, but if there's no breakaway, ADC will be the sole, party that will bring a formidable candidate that will be able to contest with APC. Apart from the rest are just, hanging around. I think that's what's going to happen.
And if going by what is on the ground, if it's really scaled through, this coalition will end up breaking record and setting another record because of the number of political parties who actually representation that attended that meeting. I think they are close to 10. Yes. So and if you look at that of APC, it was ACN, CPC, some faction of Labour and ABGA. You understand? The faction of PDP, and even this one said there are some faction of APC joining your son. So it's going to be a very big drama. But the beauty part of it is that if the ruling party will allow a true democracy, so that people can have, in democracy, you don't coerce people. No. You give people freedom. You give people that liberty to choose the direction they want to go. So at the end of the day, let your popularity speak for you. Since democracy is a game of number,
exactly.
We hope what is done for them in 2015 they will allow it to happen.
To happen to others too.
Already, good luck. I'm going to sing the praise, right?
Yes. All right. Now again, Seyi Makinde, still on Seyi Makinde, he warned the ruling party about this Operation Wet here. He remembered he tried to make some remarks about Operation Wet here being a kind of scenario that might play out.
And presently it was in Ibadan.
that he had that Operation Wet here. Yes, for those that don't understand Yoruba, wet here means soak it. You should soak something. Okay. So it was what happened during Akintola and Awolowo, where they had some issues and the rival 1965, where the rival group and they started fighting and the whole thing deteriorated to the extent that it brought about a coup.
Yes.
Then so he's trying to warn, and the APC has come out to give a very lengthy rebuttal to that. Also, we have the PDP defending the Mr. Apaya. What is going on? Baba has said something like this before on this program. Do we see Nigeria cascading?
Well, the only people who can answer that question is the ruling party, APC. Because if you say Nigeria is cascading, they will tell you no. But what are you doing to prevent Nigeria from going down to doing? Because you are trying to see that you have one party system and you don't allow opposition to have, you can see from the activity, from the police events. Now,
Accord Party is causing issues. They say they are not aware of that convention, the summit. Talking about say Baba.
You know what? You people mind your language.
Say Baba.
Makinde should mind this language. Because Makinde is now an Ifa priest. Yes.
Ifa.
Yes. Look at what is happening in Mali.
Baba, we are coming there.
It's a political disintegration that creates terrorism. All the terrorist group have now come together. You do coup, you say you no go go. The Azwaj, the Buzai, they want their own country. And that this Islamists who want to take over finance by Al Qaeda via France.
Bam.
What are you going to do? My hand not there. If you allow the opposition survive, it's for your own good. If you scuttle them through judiciary, no case, you then get them party. Bala Gombe get the party one man. And they say everybody go away, they will find where to stay. But you will never sleep. Because there is option C and option D and option E.
Plenty.
So when you look at those parties coming together, the secret band is that they can all dovetail to any of the party
at any time.
and fill out the papers. What can you do about that? Okay. And they're already saying that 41% of capital project money is not seen. And the Sanusi is already asking you, where is the money of removal of subsidy? Why are you borrowing? Can't you put it together? Can't you add 1 + 1 equals to 2?
Baba. So I think it's based on what Baba also said. The Senate, according to information in public domain, that the Senate is also trying to, pass a law that will stop campaign in 8 northern states.
No, you cannot pass law to stop any campaign.
That's what they are saying.
You cannot. You can't pass law. Look, if you don't want to have election, don't have election.
Simple.
And then have a caretaker government, but not headed by you. All of you will resign.
Yes.
And then there will be a caretaker government. Then you find somebody who is
neutral.
Don't
Who is
invite,
not a politician,
don't bring
sir.
a military rule. I'm a political scientist with 50 years postgraduate experience. Don't create Sudan here. Don't create Somalia here. Don't bring Mali. And don't try to see what is happening in Burkina Faso and Niger. Don't copy them. Allow democracy to reign. How can Ghana be the darling of Africa and democracy? I don't want to talk. I don't want to join you because the more I look at it, the more it looks like. And thank God, I'm going to have a guest now. Abdulbaki Ebo.
No.
I'm going to talk about
Baba,
local affairs
Baba,
rather than this your
Baba,
sophisticated.
Baba, but now looking at what unfolded in Mali and the way we are treating our own with kids' gloves in our own backyard.
But don't you see that if it's not the African Cup, the Wagner Group, Mali could have fallen.
Baba, I was seeing they were taking some deals again, Baba, that yesterday.
They're taking what?
Some deals.
Deal?
Deals. They were signing. They were agreeing with. They were agreeing between the JNIM agreements between the JNIM and the
Wagner Group.
Yes.
That the JNI, the Wagner will move out.
Yes, I was seeing something like that.
That's what is in the news. But is it really Wagner moving out? The firepower of Wagner, can they surrender to JNI?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
The helicopter guys,
They will not.
the missiles. I don't know. It may be true. They can share gold. You know, it's about making money.
Yes.
And Mali is full of gold.
Some our resources.
So it's all about gold.
So who can grab?
I mean, whatever you grab gold. And that's why you find that Dubai people are interested in is destabilizing all these places. Even your gold from Zamfara is going to Dubai. And that's why private aircraft are coming to land and carry gold dust for refining. Abi, not before they talk.
Not so.
That's what they talk.
But where are the people supposed to check and balance all these things?
How can you check and balance? So everyone there from head to toe, everybody want to grab his own and run.
Where is African Union?
Which African Union?
African Union. Baba.
Union.
But they were supposed
Why
to be
United Nations?
That is it.
So,
Yes, why is the United Nations? Anyway, as you wish. So
say Baba.
let's sit here.
convert Abuja Hospital land to private estate.
That is congratulations.
Is it more? Is it more with the doings?
The mayor.
Yes, but there's also this one saying Obi is shopping for a party where he can win uncontested, according to Felix Moka. Are you also of that?
I've told you that
Yeah.
Obi will leave ADC.
ADC. But what do you think is going to be the outcome of that?
No.
Statement, Baba?
The point is that if Obi is working for Tinubu
Whether directly
or indirectly. But will the Igbo people continue to follow him? It's about tribal politics. Will they follow him blindly? Now, area boys, now the market boys, now the shop boys. But will they follow him? Is he a solution of Igbo nationalism?
It's not. It's not.
It doesn't look
Does
so.
he play position of Zeke of Africa?
No.
Zeke was more embracing of the role of the
So
country.
the point is that is a bride that Atiku and you see Konkoso have agreed to be running mate because Konkoso is now chased out of Kano completely. Don't you see? Pants. They carry pants, Konkoso pants.
Baba, that's
The state government came out and said they did not.
Nami carry out.
don't be you carry out, Baba, but two, Baba.
They say Konkoso the bed weight. When I fit Konche.
Two. See, Baba.
They brought out his pint and match it.
Hey, Choy. But Baba, another thing is, Baba, do you think if Atiku will be able to step down for anybody?
Atiku is not stepping down for anybody.
Will Atiku agree to step down for anyone?
Atiku will not step down for anybody. None of the northern politicians have Atiku spread and power and capacity. Nobody in the north. And if I tell you sincerely, apart from plus and minus, there is not much of Atiku in Nigerian politics today. Can I say gaskiya?
Fact, Baba.
National spread. My only fear.
But the point is that who is going to be Atiku's running mate? Is he going to be the former governor of Rivers, Rotimi Amici? Because it's pointing towards Rotimi Amici.
Because Peter Obi is already chicken out.
Peter Obi is already out. But we don't know where he's going. But will he still have that obedient movement? That sympathetic, obedient thing, will it continue? Because it start and end up in Labour Party.
So but I think if at the end of the day, if Obi was able to move away from ADC
To
and
where?
get his own get his own party with
Which
Kwankwaso,
one party?
his own party.
He's
another
going to
party
borrow
from
somebody
ADC.
else's party.
Yes, so it's going to be the probability of opposition win would be very slim. Very
Because
very
he's
slim.
going to.
Because
But
divide
again,
votes.
look at it.
Yes.
What is APC going? Look, play that Badigi thing. Tell me what will APC tell me in my village. What are you going to campaign with?
because I remember
Hold on.
yes.
I'm not against the party, but
Reality.
I'm looking at the reality. What are you going to? No, move now. Somebody send a.
You can resend it again.
The reason why I'm saying this is that
You have a problem.
Atiku is going to get his own vote. Peter Obi is going to get his own vote. So the vote
Are
will
you
be scattered.
are you thinking that it will be what do you call it, business as usual?
because the Southeast will definitely go do a tribal voting.
But are they going to be tribal voting every day?
All right, Baba, I think we have it.
Play that one.
Allah Samiul Alim minan shaɗanu rajin. ‘Yan uwa masu muhimmanci ina yi wa kowa fatan alheri. Yau Ladi 25 ga watan 4 2026. To nan hanya da ita ne hanyar Bidda a jihar Neja. Hanya ne yanzu Bidda zuwa Badagi nan wanda ga yanda ta kasance. Duk wanda ya shigo hanyar nan ya san cewa babu kwanciyar hankali. Hanya ne da ake asaran dukiya da rayuka. Shekara da shekaru ga nan yanda take. Wannan yanzu dai da direba mai tuka mota da shi mai sayan mota ya kamata kowa ya san cewa hanyar nan yanzu dai ruwa ne aka yi, karamin ruwa jiya aka yi da daddare. Amma gashi nan hanyar ta gagara biyuwa tun jiya babu motsi ba gaba ba baya. Yanzu gashi nan ina zoomin gashi ka gani nan kowa da ka gani a cikin jeji yake, gashi nan ga jama'a bayan Allah ga su nan babu abinci babu ruwa ba abinci, haka kowa zai ke kwana, haka ake yin kwanaki a gurin nan sama da yanda mutum yake tsammani. To saboda haka shugabannin direbobi da direbobi yanzu hukunci ya rage naku, ku ne za ku san menene ya kamata ku yi don a nema wa kai sauki, a nema wa kai mutunci. Amma abun ya kai ya kawo, yanzu wannan mota ne gashi nan sama da kilomita 20 ne ɗaya bayan ɗaya, tun jiya ko ignition ba wanda ya murda, ga nan babu abun da ake kawowa a nan, ba ma abincin. Ɗazu karfe 6 wata ta kawo rake, wawan raken ake yanda ka san an kawo nama, kuma ba kyauta ba, hakan ma sai ake, saboda ba a ci ba ba a sha ba. Nan dai ga yanda yake yanzu, kamar nan guraren da kuke gani, to nan gurin wai shine ma lebur a shauran gurare, tunda shauran gurare mota da kanta take faduwa, kaga irin yanda gun yake. Yanzu nan gun da nake foton shine ma mai kyau, tunda akwai guraren da motar ma kana ji kana gani ba za ka shiga ba, in ka shiga ko ta faɗi ko ka wuce ne. To ina yi wa kowa fatan alheri. Mai magana baban iya misau, assalamu alaikum.
The Baba has been warning, has been saying this, that by the time the rain starts, that road will just be a dead end, and this is what has just happened. Just small rain.
20 kilometers of standstill.
Standstill.
This one not be hold up. Oh.
It's like
this
travel.
one is a standstill.
It's a standstill.
And
Say
you can
even
see-
ignition, you cannot even on your ignition, and they are hungry, no food, no water.
And there's Badegi to be there.
But they just Badegi to be there.
Taking them 3-4 days.
I
And
mean,
they are here saying, APC. Are you all right? Are you okay? Do you know your roles? Do you know your jobs? Is this how to do party politics? When you ignore vital responsibilities? I don't know if that's what you want. Congratulations.
we move.
Well, everybody will speak for himself. now.
Yes. But also, Trump escaped an assassination attempt again at White House.
No, what do you expect? You go kill a 6-year-old man just like that. You kill Ayatollah Khamenei, and you expect that you won't be punished. Why is he running? I say he's not a man. I say why does he run?
Even the defense secretary.
Why did they run? They run. They run.
Baba,
All
they
of
go
them
run
run.
now, Baba. The
But
position
why
too
is that
sweet.
Ayatollah didn't run?
This is just a gunshot, not bomb.
Baba, we are different now.
Now, Secret Service, swing into action very quickly. It was secret.
But why did the Ayatollah not run?
Just gunshot, so. I don't want to
So
stop
Trump
that.
and a coward.
And the gunshot was even at the entrance.
At the entrance, and the whole place.
If you see the way the Secret Service was just moving as if they are in a war, I said to what are you expecting? And though here too, I've come to confirm that it's not an Iranian, it's not.
No, he's not Iranian. His name is Alan Cole. Yes.
But in Trump's statement, I don't know why he brought Iran into his press statement.
You see now, Iran?
He said, so the good people that are doing good things are the ones that are being hunted.
Now, who is doing
I don't
good
know
thing?
if it's from Iran.
What create Iran?
Yeah, he's,
No, his shadow is chasing him.
yeah. And this is
So he is a good person. Trump is a good person.
according to you.
According to him.
No, you always blow his trumpet.
Yeah, you know what the point
Very
is?
well.
He's
He's
the
only
Messiah.
telling you that he's in the service of Israel. He's houseboy. Because of SPM fire.
And a lot of Americans are really not happy with this administration. Job losses, cutting, cutting taxes for big people and imposing more tax on the ordinary Americans, skyrocketing price of goods and services in the United States. All this
So what is it?
is
What
not
is
giving a
new?
good image.
Now, is it Ibadan you are still talking about?
Still Ibadan. As Obasanjo says, NNPC refineries will never work again. Baba, do you share in that? Baba.
Ibadan meeting.
PDP APC blocks reject joint presidential ticket.
Which block?
And then Wiki then
No,
block.
Yeah.
Then Wiki then block.
When you select some of those parties who came to did press statement to to dissociate themselves from the meeting. Then you now look at the characters there.
So, but excuse me, who is it? This boy,
Balana
is it the?
Let me give you the most interesting part of ADC. It's surely that the whole show is about ADC. It is only in this faction. It is only ADC that has 3 factions.
Now,
Yes, you have that of David Mark, Nafi Bala, and Oga. All of them is separate.
which did they Oga appear?
Oga is rejected.
The one that was presidential candidate.
So he came to reject. And
Oh, they gave him how much?
Eh?
He collects too.
that kind of money, they say, it is me, not the CR. So they just came. So the whole thing is about ADC. But again, you look at the players, the likes of Jerry Ghana from the PDP, the likes of Talba, understand?
And yesterday I posted to say, Talba will come back home.
No, welcome.
Welcome home.
No,
Yes. Now, Kuma is now looking, Alhamdulillah, Talba is looking very well.
Yes.
He's looking good, and he's looking him.
Yes.
And he was there,
Yes.
chatting, smiling, sharing good jokes.
Yeah.
And I say, Alhamdulillah, Talba ya warware, Talba ya dawo gida. It's better for him.
Honestly,
Because that other guy is where he want to belong. He doesn't belong. He doesn't belong.
See, Baba.
He has come back home. Congratulations. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Santa dawa
Yes.
le kara maka lafiya. Le kara maka daukaka. Le kara maka farin jini. Our future secretary to the federal government of is our future secretary to the federal government.
Too. How now?
Baba, something I don't know whether you want to have a paradigm shift from what we used to have before. When the APC was coming together to form that coalition that restored power from PDP, they never put their house together. What I mean is that if you are going to election, your cabinet should have been ready, so that as soon as you
So
have been
I'm
sworn in,
predicting Talba is
so
the
you
next
say
secretary to the
this.
federal government.
Oh,
Yes.
they are not having their
SFG.
team. But look at you,
Baba Lokachi, Talba is the secretary to the federal government in the next people's government.
and you fit in that position.
But because
given his background.
the next government is people's government, our government,
And administrator.
Telakawas.
I just hope that the government will not mind bringing technocrats, people who have level-headed,
Technocrats.
capacity to.
But you
deliver.
have people like
Not minding their
former
Baba Ahmed.
no, apart from Baba Ahmed,
No.
you have the former managing director of Africa Development Bank. Adewumi is there.
Is he joining?
They can work with him.
And even
You are
the lack
talking of technocrats.
you're talking about
Yeah,
even the lack of Professor Pat Otome.
Pat is a trader. Pat is looking for money.
But
is
it's part of the show.
No, he's looking for money.
Baba, that's actually Ministry
It's a
of Trade
trader.
and
I'm not going to collect it to her.
Chamber of Commerce.
You give him contract to finish the Sokoto Calabar Road.
Oh, Baba.
Trader. Trader Kuma. Baba.
So,
Let's join in part of the economic team.
Shikena. What about your friend, the permanent detainee, political detainee, Alpha?
Well,
Minister of Defense.
No, you can't get.
It's rather you should hide his own portfolio
for now.
Remember, just mention
You know one
his
thing.
name.
You can make him Minister of Agriculture.
I'm just saying, just reserve.
Or you want to make him Minister of Power.
Just reserve it.
What
Maybe
you
Minister
want-
of Power is one
Where you
thing.
wanted.
The whole thing
But
scattered.
do you give him defense?
See,
And then give me ambassador to China.
Okay.
China.
Why?
Why not?
okay.
I know why.
Okay, the global economic is not shifting.
Give me ambassador to China. You think I would like go to United Nations that is no longer functional?
Baba would like technology transfer
To give me ambassador to China.
from Chinese
But
to
Baba, if
Nigerians.
we give you ambassador, make sure that any whatsoever you want to do, bring them, let them come and do it in Nigeria the same way the Iranians did, and they get their
You know
level they are
there
today.
is a federal department of incubation center.
Yes.
There was a time we said, okay, let's go to China, study the way they are manufacturing their rice mills, bring in the parts we don't have here already, like rollers, the rollers that are peelers that peel the rice, but any other part of it, the iron polishers, we can bring samples, break it up, and start crafting, imitating them. You see, I send you some AK-47 rifles.
Yes.
Those are the Iranian and Pakistani manufacturing. Very,
Very powerful.
the copy is excellent.
Honestly.
They don't buy again from Russia or from Ukraine or from any other country. They are manufacturing rifles themselves. And if you look at even, you see the perfection. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
All right.
Well, good morning. This one we have just announced to you that we'll be having a very important guest here. He's here in the house.
There's a VVIP.
Okay, very important personality.
VVIP.
Top
Very, very.
important
Kasan
personality.
beri ni ai baba.
Very,
Very
never
ni.
pass English.
Very ni.
Never pass English.
But am I akwai makeup?
So, can you introduce yourself?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Abdulbaki Ebo. I'm the Special Advisor to the Governor on Digital Media and Public Communication.
So, Mr. Ebo, you have broken the ice, didn't he?
Yes, yeah.
And Mr. Ebo has the jinx that disconnect us from government house. You have broken that jinx. After all, you belong to this side. But since you took a leave, you are now welcome back.
Thank you very much.
So, Mr.
Welcome
Ebo,
back from sabbatical.
the floor is yours. Tell us the journey so far.
Thank you very much, Alaji. I want to first of all appreciate the fact that I was highly welcomed the reception I got this morning. I want to thank you for that. Secondly, it is also important that between the government and media houses, we have what we call a very cordial relationship. That is very important because all of us are working towards one goal, the betterment of the state and of our people. And it's important that whatever government is doing, we also have a platform where we can tell the people if one kobo of a government is spent on anything, it is important people know. So this is our role, and we want to thank you guys for providing the platform that if you're in Badegi Radio, the person in Suleja, the person in Tafa, the person in Bida will also listen and then be informed about government programs and policies. Today we want to talk about, I'm here to talk about the journey so far, like Elijah Shaibu mentioned earlier, what the government has done in less than 3 years. And I can tell you with facts because I'm going to be presenting facts and figures so that you can go and verify everything that I'm going to say, that this is unprecedented in the history of the state. Today in Niger State, we're lucky we have standard level 2 primary health care. I'm always starting with health because health is more important than every other thing. Number one, when the ordinary man is sick, his first point of contact is primary health care, not secondary, not tertiary. It's primary health care. We have about 20 of them spread across the state. We also have about 80 of them that has been awarded that are yet to start, but we have 20 now that are super functional. I will mention the name of these places as we discussion go on, so you can know these places. If you look at the old airport hospital that was rehabilitated, I was there about a few days ago, and somebody said, a nurse told me that not less than 10 to 15 people deliver every day on that hospital, and that is good for our people because you now have a next door neighbor hospital that you can go to and get treated. We have in my village, if you are going to Ebo, you have it in Duma, where the population is probably not more than 2,000, but the connecting villages are probably more than 50. So they have access to. They're just 5-10 minutes away from the hospital. That is something that is unprecedented. And again, another thing we do now is look at the IBB Specialist Hospital. Since it was constructed, no major rehabilitation has taken place like it's going there now. The intensive care unit has been completely rehabilitated, remodeled. We have all sorts of machines. For the first time, the state is also having an MRI machine now in the hospital. Other machines are also mentioned as the discussion go on, and then we have the Sabon Hussein General Hospital. Now that Sabon Hussein General Hospital, let me tell you the peculiar thing about that hospital. You see Kaduna, you see Nasarawa, you see Jos, Plateau. They're all connected to that hospital. So because it's on the main road, all accidents along Kaduna Suleja Road are referred to that hospital. If you go to the hospital now, believe me, if you haven't been there in 3 years, you may probably not recognize it because it has been completely remodeled with state-of-art facilities. So this is what is going on now. You have the cabin section of also the IBB hospital, newly constructed. So in terms of healthcare, the state government is, I personally can rate it about 80% what we've done so far. Now, if you come back to the road construction, for the first time in probably 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, you can now ply Minabida Road in less than 2 hours. You and I are in this state. We knew how that road was. If you are going to Bida, a lot of people have to park their cars because they cannot even use their own personal vehicles to traverse that road. But today, in less than 2 hours, and the road has not even been completed, but about 50% or 70% has been done, and that is a huge plus for us. Now look at the creation of the 44-kilometer the ring road in Bida. That is a new innovation entirely. That is now, back then when you're going to Bida or you're passing through Bida, you can spend 5 hours in Bida because of these trailers. But now they've gotten away the ring road, and it's dualized. And within that dualization, you have opened up Bida. An expansion of city is part of urban renewal. You are going to have private universities there, hospitals, businesses are going to move there, primary schools, private primary schools, private secondary schools are going to come up there. So you are what the governor is doing, like I said earlier, is actually unprecedented. If you are in Mina town and except you do not want to accept this fact, but there's nobody in Mina who haven't seen all the road constructions that is ongoing. Some of them are even in the least expected places. You enter small areas in Mina, and then maybe today you are there, the road is not constructed. In 1 month you go there, you see a fresh road is constructed. I can give you examples of areas like Ubiquitous, area like London Street, area like Metumbi, quite a number, Shango, plenty of them. So in general, I think that the governor has done very well. Now look at the area of youth employment. We've employed over 5,000 people in the state in the last 3 years, about 1,800 or so health workers. This is also unprecedented in the history of the state. So, it's more like a complete overhaul of the state. That's why it's called New Niger. So what the governor is doing is building a new Niger in general. The Kontagora Rijo Road, about 93 kilometers. You can't use 5 hours to pass that road then. But now in less than 3 hours you can. And the work has not even been completed yet. And it's a federal road being done by the state. So for the first time, we're having overhead bridges in the state. For the very first time. And I'm sure Niger State is more than 50 years old. Alaji will tell us exactly the number of years. We've never had an overhead bridge. But today and somebody will say, what is actually the point of having overhead bridges? Investors want, not just because they want their funds secured, they also want aesthetics. Because the more beautiful a place is, the more pleasure it gives to visit. And that's why you see people going to places like Dubai, places like Qatar, because these places are fine. So making your state look fine, it's also part of economic development. So I can go on and on and on these things, but as this conversation moves along, we'll mention some of these places for people who want to verify.
Apaya, I think between me and you, who is closer to Abubakar?
Yeah.
You are.
How?
Why are you saying I'm closer to
How?
you?
How?
You remember you were part of those who actually brought this government to power.
Abulubaki used to be my friend. When the campaign of His Excellency was on, and then when they won, Abulubaki disappeared.
Ghost mode.
Mokolo disappeared.
Flight mode.
And
Wow.
The party PRO then
SK.
disappeared. And now elections are coming.
They are reappearing.
Abdulbaki.
He reappeared.
But he came with a beautiful
Point.
achievement list. Now, Apaya, as far as the IBB hospital is concerned, you have to go there to see what they have achieved. In fact, I want to say consultant urologist, and I end up being tour of the project. The Porter cabin is saying it's fantastic. The intensive care is talking about I really went in and I saw the equipment they have. The monitoring, the life monitoring, the oxygen plant, the oxygen process, and checking the wards. They are really rehabilitating. You cannot believe that this is the IBB we used to know, hospital, not IBB himself. We are talking of IBB hospital.
Yeah.
And you, at a time, that hospital was looking like virtually a goat shed. But now, the rehabilitation is ongoing. And you will be surprised to the extent when I saw what is out there, I said, okay, Chief Medical Director, Dr. Ozil, can you come over to let the people know how far you are going? And then I also suggested that the hospital, Shagari specialist, that's been abandoned, can you be able to go and beg for it to be added as extra beds to this your IBB specialized? Let it be IBB hospital part 2 in the town. So that pressure, because this place is virtually a trauma center. And about secondary hospitals, if you are passing through Kateregi, you can vouch for them. If you reach Garatu, you can vouch for them. You understand? They are dotted
Yeah, and yeah.
here and there. And then the quality of the job, then the equipment that has been placed. You'll be surprised that, so these people are civilized to this level. You'll be surprised. So this one goes school. So.
You didn't mention there are 24 hours electricity as well.
No, wait now.
We also have theaters.
No, you have to pay for it. Again, you know, I've told you. I said, Dr. Oziri, who told you that solar panels can drive a hospital? What they did, they didn't put everything on one side. They split it. Each ward have its independent power. They only put on the generators when they have a critical surgery to do to avoid any mishap. And with the cost of gas, you see them running a gen. I say, Dr. Oziri, how do you cope? They say, we have the ears of His Excellency. That's a plus. So I was even asking Dr. Oziri, how come you have this Felicia 30 kilowatt hour battery and you have 2 inverters of about 12 kVA? Even the air conditioners are working. I say, hey,
How did it happen?
how did it happen? How did you get the money? Because I thought you people are more interested in flyovers. How come this place is done so much? And they have achieved something there. And be that to Mina Road, from Mina here up to Kataregi, ahead of Kataregi to Kakamwagi, is under intensive job. You can see that they are not resting on their hours. And again, anywhere they did between Sabondaga and back of Sabondaga, coming back to Mina, there is a section that failed. They came back, remove it, and they are doing it again.
Beautiful.
So far as the roads are concerned, and as far as that part we saw, the hospitals we saw, with our naked eyes, I mean, specialized. The road to Kateregi, to Bida, we saw. And then, you know, I mentioned to you the ring roads, the bypass for Bida. Last time I told you I went through there, but unfortunately, Bida to Badigi is not possible. You know, we have a content that showed that well, whether it is federal or is in your state, you have no excuse from ahead of Lapai to Age to Badigi to Bida. You have to take steps to do something urgently.
No, sir. Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
No, we actually have an excuse, because most of the state roads that have been fixed by other state governors before now, is that they get refund from the federal government. But on this case now, since this administration come in, they've stopped that, which means they no longer refund the federal roads that have been fixed by state. And another thing is, if you have your own issues dealing with, do you understand? You're not done dealing with your, quite big number of issues you have. You cannot use state resources to fix federal roads if they are not going to refund you. But what I can agree is that the federal legislatures need to put pressure on the federal government to fix that road, because they have done their best from Lambata to Lapai, and in fact up to a bit close to about 2, 3, 4, 5 kilometers after Lapai. So they can continue all the way to Bida. And sometimes we put too much pressure on the executives, even when we also have legislators who can do these things, because it is your responsibility to ensure that some of these projects are captured in some of these projects are captured in the budget, and they should do their best. We appreciate what they have done so far. But you see, this Age Lapai to Bida, if a state government want to fix it, I'm going to tell you this, the amount of money that will be sunk into that road can actually do 50 projects, and I'm not exaggerating, 50 projects for the state. But in a situation where the state has resources, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, because it is your people who are passing the road. You are the biggest, the largest beneficiary. But where you also have other issues to deal with, we're just talking about hospitals now, primary health care, and I'm happy Elijah Shabu himself, have visited some of them, and I've given good recommendation on this. Now, how will it feel if you have one in each ward? That's 274.
Excuse me.
So, sir,
hold on.
Have excuse.
Hold on. You don't have excuse. You don't have excuse. Play him that issue.
You should see with his own kuro naked eyes.
Play it for
with your kuro and naked eyes.
You know, Abdul Baki is smart. He wants to dodge
exactly.
I know you are smart. I know.
Yan uwa masu muhimmanci, ina yi wa kowa fatan alheri. Yau Ladi 25 ga watan 4 2026, to nan hanya da ita ne hanyar Bidda a jihar Neja. Hanya ne yanzu Bidda zuwa Badagi nan, wanda ga yanda ta kasance. Duk wanda ya shigo hanyar nan ya san cewa babu kwanciyar hankali. Hanya ne da ake asaran dukiya da rayuka, shekara da shekaru ga nan yanda take. Wannan yanzu dai da direba mai tuka mota da shi mai sayan mota ya kamata kowa ya san cewa hanyar nan yanzu dai ruwa ne akai, karamin ruwa jiya akai da daddare, amma gashi nan hanyar ta gagara biyuwa tun jiya, babu motsi, ba gaba ba baya. Yanzu gashi nan ina zumin, gashi ka gani nan kowa da ka gani a cikin jeji yake, gashi nan ga jama'a bayan Allah ga sunan, babu abinci, babu ruwa, ba abinci, haka kowa zai ke kwana, haka ake yin kwanaki a gurin nan, sama da yanda mutum yake tsammani. To saboda haka shugabannin direbobi da direbobi, yanzu hukunci ya rage naku, ku ne za ku san menene ya kamata ku yi don a nema wa kai sauki, a nema wa kai mutunci. Amma abun ya kai ya kawo, yanzu wannan mota ne gashi nan sama da kilomita 20 ne ɗaya bayan ɗaya, tun jiya ko ignition ba wanda ya murda, ga suna babu abin da ake kawowa a nan, ba ma abincin. Da azu karfe 6 wata ta kawo rake, wawan raken ake yanda ka san an kawo nama, kuma ba kyauta ba, hakan ma sai ake, saboda ba a ci ba ba a sha ba. Nan dai ga yanda yake yanzu, kamar nan guraren da kuke gani, to nan gurin wai shine ma lebur a shauran gurare, tunda shauran gurare mota da kanta take faduwa, kaga irin yanda gun yake. Yanzu nan gun da nake foto shine ma mai kyau, tunda akwai guraren da motar ma kana ji kana gani ba za ka shiga ba, in ka shiga ko ta faɗi ko ka wuce ne. To ina yi wa kowa fatan alheri. Mai magana baban.
You see, Mr. Abdelbaki, you have a rendezvous with fate. Your boss, His Excellency, former governor, used to be member of House of Reps for 3 terms. He knows whoever is there. He have access to Mr. President. He called Mr. President his father. What will happen to us when a son have a father? When we have a son that have a father that is chief commander of the country? We believe no matter I sympathize with you on the condition that Niger State is the largest land-based state in Nigeria today.
And the one with the highest number of federal roads.
So now if you look at it, Sokoto State that was separated from Niger State went to be created again, 2 additional states. Kebbi State, Zamfara State. They are busy killing each other every day. We that remained, they exported terrorism to us, entered our villages, both Zone C and Zone B. And Zone A is just a little bit lucky. Today, Gurumana, Alawa, all these places, Galkogo, are gone. Erina now is one eye open, one eye closed. And you can talk of Kakiu, Kumbashi, Gulbimboka, and the rest of those areas. But Alhamdulillah, we are still having relative stability in the state. But when you look at this video we played for you, thank God we didn't make it up. It's a reality. No, listen. You can still have, His Excellency still have an impact. What we are looking for, what we are looking for is solution.
No, but like we also need to be fair in our discussion, sir. Why I said that
is it unfair?
No. This road you're particularly mentioning is exclusively, entirely the responsibility of the federal government to fix that road, not the state. So, if today we're discussing about Minabida Road, and a video like this, comes out of Minabida Road, whether we like it or not, the governor must take responsibility, because it is state. It is Trunk B Road. But this road, all of us, including the governor himself, including we Nigerians, including the members of we should all be putting pressure on the legislatures, on the federal government, to plead with them to come and fix it. I agree when you said the president, the governor has the president. Yes, of course it does. And I can tell you the number of times the governor has gone to to the president to speak about this road, to speak about Kacha Road, Kacha Baro Road, to speak about the federal roads. Recently, one of his plea was granted. That is the Bokani Makwa Kontagora Road was granted. In fact, it was not only approved by the executive council; it has already been awarded. So but it's a gradual process. But I think this particular road you mentioned now that we saw the video, it's terrible, very, very terrible. But it's exclusively and entirely the responsibility of the federal government. What all of us should be doing is, including the radio stations, is to use whatever means we have, whatever platform we have, to plead with the federal government to come and fix this road. Because if we have schools to deal with, we have hospitals to deal with, we have roads to deal with, we have basic amenities to deal with, and then we're also dishing out state resources to go and fix federal roads, it means that the federal government is not helping. And this is the truth, sir. We all need to be speaking with one voice, all of us, to plead with the federal government to come fix this road.
Okay, thank you very much, Abdelbaki, for your time. You see, I love the conversation if it will be like sectorial inclined. You just talk about roads, because of time there's a lot of question to ask. But let's deal with more questions.
Including water.
Yes, that's where I'm coming. Water, they say, is life. One of the terrible, experience the good people of Niger State, in particular, Mina, the capital city of the power state, is facing today is water. And you look at the issue of water is a simple technology, simple solution. Remember, we feature Professor Idris Inda from FUT. In fact, he gave us just a solution that is requires simple, commitment and to be fixed. So, what is happening in the water sector?
Okay, you see, problems are easily solved by discussion. Do you understand? Problems are easily solved during conversation. But go to the field. It's easy to build a house by mouth. But go to the field and start building a house. That's when you see the challenge. One of the biggest challenge that the Mina Water Works is facing is electricity. And I'm not sure of the figure, but it got to a point where the state government will need over 250 million every 30 days just for electricity. You and I know that is not sustainable. So, and the last few weeks that we had terrible situation for Mina Water, I'm sure you've seen the steps that have been taken, because the problem is gradually coming. The places that do not have water now are getting water once, twice, 3 times a week. So we now have independent power supply that the governor just approved in the council, that we're going to have their own independent power. That is number one problem that is being solved. Number two, Papa, I can tell you, take a tour in Mina Water Works, you'll find that a lot of houses were built on transmission lines of water. One of the first things the governor did, if you remember, was to bulldoze down Kanchaga police station, because the station was sitting completely on a transmission line. Now, because there is what they call the line that took water from the water board to the substations, and the one that took from substations to people's houses. Now, the one that took water from water board to substations is the responsibility of the government to fix anything on that pipe, and that's why you see them moving out houses along those lines. But you see that pipe that takes water from from those substations to your house, it is your responsibility to fix. A few weeks ago, when some of these waters were released, most of the pipes are bad. Sometimes it will cost you only 20,000 or less than 20,000. Less than 2,000 to fix a pipe to your house, but you're waiting for the government. While government is doing what it can to give water, like I mentioned earlier, electricity is number one problem, and that is being sorted out. Another issue is the water works. The original setup of the water works was for the Mina town that was not expanded at the time. Today, Mina is probably 10 times what it used to be, and these water stations is still there, the same thing. So that's why the governor is now talking about expansion and building other auxiliary, like the Boso Dam, other dams, so that they can all come together and complement, so that you can supply water. So there's a problem of population, which is true. There's a problem of electricity, and there's a problem of you and I who are the consumers.
Okay, sorry if I may interject.
Yes.
The expert on water that we feature on this radio have actually dissected all these things. I don't know if we care, briefly we share it with you, so that probably number one.
No, share, we have time.
What he said, this issue of main line that is taking water to
the stations,
the
the
stations.
substations.
the Prida,
Yeah.
this
the
hill,
police secondary school.
police secondary, all other bigger tankers.
Yeah.
What he said, the issue how you could address the issue of power, that at the time if they are releasing the water, because people tap from the main line, it takes time before this water can get to these, tanks, these reservoirs. That's during Talba, when he was advisor to Talba on this issue, they make sure that they disconnected all other people who are tapping from this main line.
So was
So
the
that's-
problem solved during Talba?
Yes, it was solved.
It wasn't.
Look at what he said. What this one you are talking about, main problem is energy. If you are serving that for him, for the water boat to collect water to these tanks, if there is no obstruction, it only takes less than an hour so that you can save your energy. But if you allow any other person to tap from the main line, it takes you almost 5 hours. So that by the time these waters are being, filled, these tanks, they can now start reticulating for different households.
Let me also cut you short there. During Talba, do you remember there was a year Talba declared the year of water,
Of course.
where over is it between 3 to 7 billion was spent, and still there wasn't water. Minas water problem goes back way back like 20 years. The only time we had comfortable water was during Kure's administration. After Kure's administration, that was when things started getting bad. So there has never been after that any administration that says they can push there and say confidently we have solved the problem of water. No. I'm a follower, a very good follower of events.
But the issue had been curtailed.
Of course, can you tell me, last 10 years, is the population of Mina still the same thing with today? Let's be honest.
Okay,
let me finish.
This is what Professor
I needed you to answer this question.
Okay.
10 years ago, was the population of Mina the same thing as it is today?
No, there is a population expansion.
Of course, there is expansion. The more you expand, the more demand for water. But I'm telling you that this problem you mentioned, it's not the major problem. Because when you say people are tapping, of course, it's just as simple as setting up a task force and disconnecting it. It's not a big deal. But consumption of energy during Talba's administration and consumption of energy now is entirely different. What you spend on per megawatt then, you cannot compare it with what you spend now. And mind you, there was relatively stable electricity at the time. At this time you're talking about, compared to now. So when things change, you also have to look at the events as they change. 10 years ago, you probably was getting light in your own house 14, 15, 16 hours a day. Isn't that true? Today you don't get that.
Okay.
So I'm telling you the solution now is that the state government is bringing independent power plants, and that is going to solve the problem. The reticulation issues are issues that are internal, but they're also a problem because most of the people, like the prof mentioned, most of the people even tap these lines illegally. It is when the task force or water board goes around that they discover these things. And you and I know that we do these things as people a lot. But the number one major issue is that once you have that independent power plant on ground, you have actually solved more than 40% problem of water.
Okay, since this conversation is tilting towards having solution to the problem, there has been population expansion. Has there been a deliberate attempt by the government
Of course,
to upgrade? Because as it is now, the water that's coming from Togway, a lot of farms.
That's why we're doing reticulation.
There is farm that before now, during Talba, we don't have those farms. You understand? Because if you are thinking of the commitment
We don't
of
have.
government.
Okay, first of all, we don't have shortage of water in the dam. Let's be clear with that. We do not have that shortage.
Have you been?
What we're saying, what you are trying to, what if I understand you is, what is the government doing
Yes.
to also meet up with this population increase in terms of water, right? Okay, that's why they're doing reticulation. I wish the Commissioner for Water Resources is here, so it can give you details of places that they have done reticulation in the last 3 years.
Please fetch him for us.
So you know that a lot is going on there, and you also know that part of the issue that we're also facing is when people want to start their constructions, they don't even contact some of these agencies, which is also why we should be using these platforms a lot to also educate people that it's also important that just the way you go to NEPA and tell NEPA that you have built a house, so they should bring pole and wire and fix, you should also go to Water Board so they can also tell you that this is the water line that you should draw water from. Do you understand? These things are important. We term them, we neglect them, but when they later come to issue, when they later become a problem, everybody look back and start pouring the blame on the government. But yes, we have a responsibility to keep people aware, you understand, on these things. But I can tell you right now that there's an independent power plant already, probably in the final stage of discussion. We're also doing reticulation, and by the grace of God.
For how long will that one?
The reticulation?
The power plant, independent power
The
plant.
reticulation is going to be on and on because houses keep expanding.
How about the power plant? When is it
The,
coming up?
the power plant probably in the next few months we should start having the setup.
So that you can.
We
have
should start
installed
having the
it.
setup. Yes, because setting up a solar system is not something you do in a day, especially when it requires the magnitude of taking Water Board. Now I can tell you that once Water Board has stable electricity, this discussion is going to turn from probably complaints to commendations.
All right. Baba, shall we?
Well, go ahead, ask him. I cannot dominate
Yes,
this discussion.
Niger Lights have some questions.
Let ask him. Ask
Yes,
him.
Niger Lights. Yes, Niger Lights have some questions. Yes. Allah, come on, yes.
It would be wrong. Like come on, need the answers.
I'm talking of you coming here.
Yes.
And Alaji, you made a mistake in your statement where you said after election I disappear. I didn't disappear. I've always been there. Let me correct that.
That is politics.
No, let me correct that. We only had issues because I was off for a while. But even before I went off, in fact, 2 weeks before we were dissolved, I was in this station.
Hold on.
No, I'd like to confirm that. 2 weeks before dissolvement,
I refuse to confirm.
So that means
All right.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, the work of a government is to always provide solutions to everything. Yes, no excuse whatsoever. Always provide solutions. So Usman Alabi Mohammed is saying, Alhamdulillah, Dr. Baki Ebo, you have said it all. We thank you and Farmer Governor Bago. But my question is, who fund these particular projects of grade 2 primary health care centers? Is it Niger State government or World Bank or who?
God bless you for this question, because a lot of conversation were online about it. Now, Ogapa, let me ask you something. If you borrow money to buy a car, whose car is it?
Mine.
What is your role? Is to pay the person who borrowed you his money. But the car is for who?
It's for me.
Exactly. That's a simple logic. If a project is being counter-funded, I pay 50%. Somebody else pay 50%. But I'm going to pay the person back his 50%. Do you understand? Who is going to lay ownership of the project? It's me, the state government. This is a different issue if an agency is donating a project to you for free. Do you understand? You can now say, oh, it's been donated by this. But I borrow money for bank. Go build house. I'm going to pay the bank their money, but the house is not my house. Do you understand? So people need to understand this setup. When they say,
and the one you don't pay, they will take process.
But that's when you don't pay.
They will process the house.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing when you borrow money from bank to do projects, and you don't pay. Do you understand? But as long as the project you are paying is going to be entirely owned by you. And I can tell you, sir, this issue of people saying, let me also use this opportunity to clear this. When people say, oh, monies were borrowed to do projects, the person that is going to come is not. See, the day you borrowed money from bank to project, that same day, before they give you money, payment process has already been done. And I will tell you this without any fear or favor, that loans taken by this administration are already being serviced.
All right.
Almost all of them. All of the primary level 2 primary healthcare is for the state government.
You know, like I said, there is a lot of issues, sectorial issues are there, but because of the want of time, I don't want us to go into education. I don't want us to go to education.
He is coming back.
It's coming back.
All right. So let's pick some calls. Hello, good morning this morning.
Good morning. My name is Muhammad Mustafa from Bosu.
All right, welcome, Mr. Mohammed.
Yeah, please, I want to ask Abdulbaki about the issue of this water matters. The water has been on during Kure's time. I think during Talbot time there is a lot of waters, and saying that they build on top of water lines. I think there was water. There was no problem of water, and even when the Lolo came, we have been having a little water around the states, but since the construction of this thing started, there was no water in Niger State.
Right.
Last year and this year is the time we started suffering of water.
All right, thank you. I think we've talked about water. Yes, he has said a lot about water. So somebody is saying, good morning, Baba Badegi. May you continue to prosper to the great heights. Our Auna Kotogora Road has not been rehabilitated since it was constructed more than 30 years ago. Auna not part of Niger State?
Auna where?
Kotogora.
Auna Kotogora Road.
Yes.
Okay, I've taken note of that, but he must also understand that these roads cannot be constructed at the same time. But I can tell him that the Agwara Rufia Road is being constructed. Kontagora Rijo Road, that's 93 kilometer. Agwara is 90 kilometer. Is being constructed.
It's under construction.
It's under. That's why I say it's been. It's under construction. So. And this is probably the first time that we're having that highest amount of kilometer being constructed. So the Auna Kontogora Road, you should exercise patience. We'll get there. It's one by one.
All right. We have Abdul Ozigis. Okay, beg your pardon. Aswad is saying, I am not enjoying this program because Abdul Baki is not giving us enough. He said, if the state is expanding, the government must find a way to solve the problem. Yes, like I said, solutions.
But then I've also highlighted the solution.
Yes,
you see, the problem with people is that when they make their complaints, they just want you to sit down and say, okay, yes, we're wrong. Even when we're making efforts, they don't want explanations. And government don't work that way. And
the reality still remains that every day you see people running here and there looking for water. If you don't see water, you're not seen. And believe that the reason why they vote you in as government,
let's be honest,
is able to provide solutions.
Let's be honest, Empire. 5-6 weeks ago, that problem was high. Today, there are places that are getting water that weren't getting 6-7 weeks ago.
Borehole?
No, not borehole.
Because when you say they are getting
not
water,
borehole. You see, this is the issue. When there is a problem, everybody comes out. When your problem is solved, you don't want to come out again and see it. But I've been around Bina, and I'm being real with you, that for about 6, 7, 8 weeks ago, this problem was so terrible that by 3 a.m. you see people going to fetch water.
I went out 4 a.m. today.
Do you understand? But today, some of those areas, and I'm not saying all, so don't quote me and say, oh, I said the problem is solved. No, I didn't say the problem is solved. But I said that we're getting there. Some of these things are reducing. And by reducing, I mean they're reducing. So which means it's a way of coming close to an end by the grace of God. So somebody don't come and say, I had Abdulbaki on Badigi Radio saying that we no longer have problem of water. I didn't say that.
All right.
But I said we're getting there.
Ozigis Ismail is asking, what is delaying the Shiroro Teaching Hospital? The Shiroro Hotel that was supposed to be converted to the IBB Teaching Hospital.
What is delaying the project?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I like these questions that are coming because they're questions that people have been misconcepting a lot. Number one, you remember when the State House Assembly were there and they did oversight function and they complained about the quality of the job.
Okay.
You are aware?
Yes.
And the governor also visited there.
Yeah.
And the governor was very angry at the project. I'm sure you're also aware of that.
Very much.
Now, which means that for any project that there is a technical issue, they need to all come down to the table and speak about it so you don't give people what is not quality enough. A teaching hospital is not a small project. This is going to be the first time the state will have a teaching hospital. So when the House of Assembly have gone there and complained about the quality of the project, and the governor also visited and confirmed what the House of Assembly said, you and I know that there is a need for both the contractor, because sometimes it's not as easy as terminating a job. It requires a lot of legal processes, you know. So they have to come back and say, okay, these are the places we have found wrong. Bulldozer. Are you aware that some of the buildings were actually taken down?
Yes.
And then they were reconstructed up again?
Of course.
These are because of some of the issues that were discovered. Some buildings have gone to roofing level and they were taken down because of the oversight function and the governor's visit there.
Okay, I love this revelation. Now that this brings me to this question. Does this still applicable to the very first flyover we're having? Because I know there was a time the former governor gave marching order to contractors to fix those flyover, gave them terms of reference, and all of a sudden they all park out of the side.
And all of a sudden they're back.
I personally witnessed in this Funga roundabout about 8 pillars. About 8 pillars were being brought down. So is this question of standard or lack of design?
No, sir. Okay, before I come to that, you said all of a sudden they disappeared.
Yes.
And I say all of a sudden they appear.
Yes.
Have you seen them now, working now? They are currently working.
Negligible
No,
numbers.
it's not negligible.
Okay, go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Apaya, you have to be fair to him. They are working, especially from Las Raka flyover, Paikoro roundabout.
I think they are doing the
working.
lanes.
They are working.
Lanes.
Yes.
They are working.
Fixing the two
They are
lanes.
working. And then from there, you head to the bank, the Access Bank, the Access Bank towards the Niger State Transport Authority, towards the city gate. I think there's appreciable only that from Las Raka towards Boso is still
I don't understand. Which one is last record?
The flyover.
You don't know Las Raka flyover.
You are in Mina, you don't know Last Raka flyover?
Because I've never heard of it. I'm just hearing it. Which one is? I'm lost. Which one is last record?
The one
Now
that
decide to the
terminated
school
at Central
at the
Mosque.
Central Mosque.
That's in it, yes.
Okay, the one from Mobile here.
Yes.
Terminated at Central Mosque.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
that's
the one that's last
Yeah,
record.
that's Last Raka
So it was
flyover.
named here.
This is Last Raka flyover. All right, let's pick one
Okay,
more call.
see,
Okay,
okay,
all right,
okay.
Go ahead, go ahead,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Standard is very important, you know. And I witnessed an event, and I'm sure Elijah Shaibu probably might have forgotten. At that time, we were in the university when Kure was governor. When they were constructing Okada Road, that job was done by Julius Berger. We're coming out of our lectures, and we saw Kure, and all of us were happy. Hey, the governor, let's talk. And we saw Kure lambasting Julius Berger and saying that the waterway should be expanded because it was too narrow. He stayed there for over 30 minutes and said that waterway should be expanded. Now, that's leadership. And this is exactly what Governor Bagbo is also doing. Once you visit a project, or a report came that there's a problem of standard, no matter the integrity of the company, no matter their record, you must ask them to do what is right. And that's what he did. So, of course, a lot of questions come around timeline. I don't want to sound a bit religious, but you plan, I plan. but God is the best of planner. What is important is that that project is going to come to life.
All right.
That is far more important than the 1 year timeline, the 1.5 year timeline. The most important is that project is ongoing, work is ongoing. Every developmental minded person should say, oh, well done, and we pray that it comes to an end.
Okay,
you don't be pessimistic on development.
All right, let's pick this call. Hello, good morning this morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning this morning.
This is Emmanuel calling from Meeting.
All right, go ahead, Mr.
I
Emmanuel.
wanted to ask why is there no slow pace on this road construction?
No what?
Especially this one that from Mobile now to this fight this that there is the companies that are not in full force again. I think some of the equipment they have removed them and just doing some shady work there. Maybe even it's like they hire some machine there and that's like their caterpillars there. It's like the main company have gone and they are just doing some shady work. It's no longer done like before. I don't know why it's like that. It's like as people started complaining already, that when they now come back, look at the way they are doing it, even the one they are doing at that that's for the why Shakadia now. That is before I had the complaint. Look at the way they are doing it. I think that the quality is not as the way it's supposed to be. I don't know why.
I think it's to complain about the low pace. If you travel out, you know how construction work are done. Sometimes 24 hours.
No. Okay, Apaya, please.
Yes.
You see, I like this question you also said. One of the things I like here is most of the question being asked are what is actually going on here outside. Apart, there is no way you can construct. When I saw a news that a bridge, a standard overhead bridge was constructed in 6 months, where?
In an advanced country.
I asked, are you comparing Nigeria with advanced country? Let's be honest now. Tell me a state that has done overhead bridge. This overhead bridge in Mobile is almost 1 kilometer. The longest in North Central, not in Nigeria. You know, because people like quoting people. The longest in North Central. Where do you have that one? Be half of it that has been constructed in 6 months. Okay, construction of roads and overhead bridge, not be to lay matter. Maybe matter will carry for room can't lay. It requires a lot. If you are building a house, you will know this. Not to talk of road construction.
Okay. Let's pick our last call. Yes. Hello. Good morning. This morning.
Good morning. My name is Ambassador J to the Challenger. I'm calling you from Kidumfula, Mississippi. Abdulbaki Yebo, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, go ahead, real quick.
Abdulbaki Yebo, please, I would like you to talk to your principal, Right Honorable Marfago. People are seriously suffering because of this issue of water. There's plan B, other alternative. Please, you people should give this TG Ruang Tanka, that is Mr. Tofik, and order, so that at least all these areas that are suffering from water, either Yekina Musu industrial borehole, we have been appealing through this Ruang Tanka, and they have not given them order to do that. So if they should give them order to do that, it is another alternative. And please, Abdulbaki Yebo,
Thank you very much, Ambassador gave you the challenger. Yes, our time is fast spent already. So
I thought God said you were going to give me up to 2 hours.
No, have some, but there's one thing I want to beg for you from you, Abdulbaki.
Yes.
You know, sometimes government it's not done by keeping quiet. If you can fetch us the commissioner of water resources, let's start with him. And of course, even the ministry, if the ministry can come. Because
okay, what we're going to be doing, once we agree with Halaji on my time, time to time on issues that require technical explanation, we'll be bringing in the professionals here. Not just commissioner, things that require technical explanation. We'll be bringing, but the ones that require information, we can come as information officers. But the ones that require technical information, we'll bring in them.
I remember, Baba, the last time a prof came here, you said something, sent a message. If the government is listening to Professor Idris Ida, he has said some certain things that are very technical, and if government can take advantage of some of those things.
Like I told you earlier, it is easy to have a problem.
One is
Ali Shaibu were probably the first set of 1999 people in government, and even though the challenges were not as high as it is now, but I'm sure if he's going to have a discussion about government with you, it's easy to provide a solution when you're outside than to solve the problem when you're inside.
All
It's
right.
like football.
Yes.
You can say, Messi, why didn't you pass that ball?
Thank
But
you,
you can't play like
thank you,
Messi.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for your coming.
Yes, thank you for coming. Thank you.
I would love to see you again.
Yes.
I'll be here again, sir. Weekly by the grace of God.
Make it every Monday.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yes, sir.
All right, listeners, and that has been Abdul
So
Baki
that
Ebu.
our Monday
Yes.
breakfast will be breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. All right, thank you very much, everybody who has been with us since the early hours of today up to this time. Until we'll come your way again tomorrow with another outstanding edition of the program. Do stay tuned to Badegi Radio 90.1 FM. As up next, it's time for the Badegi Radio Link with Mr. Usman Apaya. So stay tuned. Don't